Hey everybody, welcome back. Today you're in for a treat. We're going to be using our Ninja Creami to make the most amazing protein ice cream that you ever saw. It's keto friendly, loaded with protein, and I guarantee you've never had anything like it before. So you ready? Let's get into this. Alright, for this recipe we need some heavy cream, some allulose to sweeten up our mix, a little bit of vanilla extract, egg yolks, some sweet relish, and the most important ingredient of all, tuna fish. I'm using canned solid white albacore tuna, and if you use this, be sure to drain all the water out of it because if you don't, it's going to be really gross. If you'd like to make this recipe, all the ingredients and measurements are down in the description of the video, along with the calorie count, the protein, the carbs, and the fat. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is get our eggs prepared. So we'll pour our egg yolks into a mixing bowl, and we're going to give these a good mix with a whisk, just to get it nice and fluffy. You don't need to do this for any more than maybe about a minute or so. You'll be able to tell we're ready because it's gonna start looking lighter and fluffier, and the color is gonna be slightly lighter. Once it looks a little bit like that, we'll be ready for our next step. Now we can pour in our heavy cream. I normally use Kroger Carb Master milk for this, but I wanted to use heavy cream this time just to make it really nice and creamy because I think that's going to be really good. Now we can add in our vanilla extract, our allulose. Be sure to stir that in really good to get it to dissolve. And once you get that all mixed in together, we need to temper these eggs. So we're going to take a medium-sized saucepan, throw in our mix, and we're going to heat this on medium heat until we get our mix to about 165 degrees because we need to temper these eggs. That way we can be sure that there's no bacteria left in the eggs to get us sick or anything like that. We don't want anything to spoil our ice cream, right? For this step, it'll work really well if you have a digital thermometer like this. Be sure to stir this every so often so you don't end up getting your mix burning or anything like that. And once our mix reaches at least 165 degrees, we can turn off the heat and we can move on to our next step. If you're using a regular electric or gas burner, you'll want to move this off of your hot burner. If you're using induction like I am, you can just leave it where it's at because that's not producing any heat. And we're just going to let this sit here and cool down back to room temperature. Once our mix cools down, we'll put this back out on our cutting board. We'll add in our sweet relish and mix that in. And then we can mix in our secret ingredient, the tuna. If it's really chunky, be sure to sort of break that up a little bit because you don't want too much of this in one spot, if you know what I mean. Next, we'll move this out of the way, take our creamy pint, and we're gonna fill this up, being sure not to fill past the maximum fill line right here. The tuna's gonna wanna go to the bottom, so just be sure that you get plenty of that in here. Okay, that's just about perfect. Now we can throw on our lid, and we're gonna throw this into our freezer for at least 24 hours. When you put that in here, be sure to put it on a nice level surface because you don't want that freezing all cockeyed. If you do, you run the risk of screwing up your Ninja Creami. Now, all we gotta do is wait. All right, it's been 24 hours. Let's see how this came out. Okay, so we got our outer pitcher. I'm gonna open this up, throw in our ice cream, slap on the lid, lock that into place, throw this into our creamy and lock it in. And since we're not using actual sugar, we're going to use the light ice cream button. Hey, by the way, if this is your first time here and you want to learn some cool new recipes, get some great cooking tips and tricks and all sorts of other kitchen related things, then start now by subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell so you never miss a thing. Alright, let's see how this turned out. And this looks actually pretty good. Let's serve this out. I'll tell you what, this smells interesting. That actually doesn't look terrible. But I guess we need to see how this tastes. I am very scared. Here it goes. Oh, Jesus. Pop! Oh, no! That ice cream was absolutely disgusting. The worst part is I actually tasted it.
What?
And I think I ruined the pint container that I froze that in because that's gonna taste like fish until the end of time. Happy April Fool's Day, everybody. Please don't make this. Honestly. If you like this video, and I hope you don't actually like what I made, I think you're really gonna like this video right here where I made some really great butter pecan ice cream in a Ninja Creami, except this time it was a real recipe. Well, that's it for now. I hope to see you back again here really soon. And until that time, I'm Joe, and I hope you have a phenomenal April Fool's Day. Take it easy.